Welcome back to AM Northwest. It's a healthier take on a traditional scone. Here to share a recipe for dried fruit hazelnut scones, we welcome back not just baked blogger, Chef Fabiola Donnelly. Good to see you, cutie pie.
Good to see you, too.
Oh, good to see you. All right, so let's talk about how we're going to make these. These are healthier.
Yeah, healthier. There's still a cup of butter in them.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is healthier because we're
Relatively
using...
speaking.
Yes, exactly. A little bit of whole wheat flour and a lot less sugar.
Okay.
So usually there's a whole lot of sugar in these, and because we're using the dried fruit, I decided to use less sugar, and you can actually omit the sugar altogether.
Okay.
You really don't even need it, but I do like a little bit of sweetness.
Yeah,
so
I'm with you.
Yeah, 3 tablespoons of sugar for all of these scones is really not that much.
Okay.
But I use 2 cups and 3/4 of the whole wheat pastry flour, and then 2 cups of the all-purpose flour. So it is a touch healthier.
Okay.
I say slightly and a touch with air quotes.
Sure.
So we've got the 2 cups of the AP flour.
Okay.
And then the whole wheat pastry flour. Pastry flour has less gluten in it, or protein, so then it creates less gluten.
Gotcha. So you want me to mix that together?
Yes.
Okay. I love this.
Isn't that cool? My mom got it for me.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we've got baking soda, baking powder, and salt.
Okay.
In here, and that helps leaven. So I'll have you keep mixing, and then the 3 tablespoons of sugar. And you could even use honey if you wanted to, or just omit it, because you tasted these. These are super sweet.
Yeah, they're good.
Originally, I was going to do just cherry, but then I looked in my cupboard, and I had blueberries, cranberries, and cherries.
So why not use them?
So why not use them? That's often how my recipes kind of have been.
That's the way it should be.
It is. Actually, we are going to do the butter, which it's kind of funny that I have it down here. You have to keep it cold.
Okay.
So it's in an ice pack down there.
You know we have a fridge.
I know, and I would have forgotten that, and maybe I'm a little prepared. Like, here, let me just get this cold butter.
Okay,
right?
gotcha.
It's even covered.
Oh, look at that. It's all cubed up and everything.
It's cubed up and super duper cold. You want to get it into tiny little cubes.
Right.
So then we're going to rub that in with our fingers.
Oh, okay.
And there's a towel for when you're done, so you're not going to get...
you put me to work here.
Yes.
Okay, so just rub it in.
So this is where you want to be gentle.
Oh, gentle.
And then I'll show you, you actually are rubbing. So you're rubbing the flour and the butter together to create these little pieces. And I'll kind of get in here and help you too. I'll get on this side. And this creates the flaky, fluffy layers in the scone.
Yeah.
So you just rub and rub. And as you rub, I would add both of these, because then you're mixing it all together and rubbing at the same time.
By the way, for our viewers who are wondering what's going on, you've lost 20 pounds. You look fabulous.
My gosh.
So congratulations to you. That's
Thank
great.
you. Thank you so much.
And your husband lost weight too, huh?
Yes, he did. And it's just, we've been doing lots of yoga and putting less sugar in our scones.
Yeah.
You know, And that's kind of, it's funny because I was a pastry chef and I went to culinary school.
How do you lose weight when you're a pastry chef?
It's kind of tough. And that's where actually I gained the weight.
Yeah.
So I gained that weight by eating cake every day in school. And I didn't realize it until after, when I saw myself. I'm like, oh my gosh. So lots of exercise and less sugar. And I'm trying to do recipes that represent our lifestyle.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect one because it's a balance of sweet and a little healthy.
Yep, gotcha.
So you've rubbed those to little pieces, so that's absolutely perfect.
Okay.
And dried fruit and hazelnuts that I put in there, those are healthy.
Okay.
So don't worry about the butter.
All right, got it.
Buttermilk.
Okay.
So good in scone recipes. And this is about 1.5 cups. And I won't make you mix this by hand.
Thank you.
I used to, but I started using a spatula because it gets kind of crazy. So this is where I'll kind of show you. It just, you want to fluff it and be gentle.
Because overbeating it will we lose some of the texture, right?
Yes, it is. And also it gets super tough and the crumb is weird.
Okay.
And then when you eat it, it's kind of chewy and hard. And Portland, it's kind of funny. You sometimes make giant messes over there. We were just talking about that. I heard about your tomato incident. I'll just fling some butter on you. Sometimes you have to add a little bit more than the recipe says. So this is clearly too dry.
Yeah.
So you would add a little bit more and mix it. Now you mix it with your hands.
Okay.
And you do get dirty. And then I'll get you to do one of them.
Wow, look at that.
It is a lot of dough, so it gets kind of crazy over here. And this is where you bring it together. Do you see how dry it is?
Yeah.
So this is where you fold and you get super messy. And hopefully...
How fun is that?
we have enough time
Yeah.
to do this whole entire thing. So half of this dough gets cut and
Okay.
brought over here. Do you want to get messy
All
again?
right, we just have about 40 seconds.
Okay, so perfect. You bring it together into a circle and flatten it. You really don't want to overmix it, so it actually works out with 40 seconds.
Okay.
And then you take this, cut it in half, cut it in half, and cut each one in half. And then this one goes into the freezer to get it super cold again before you bake it.
Oh,
you
freeze
did
it again.
perfect.
Thank
you
you.
actually brought it together more than I did.
Thank you.
Good
Don't
job.
sound so surprised.
Sorry.
Okay, so you put it in the freezer
Put it
overnight.
in the freezer, get it super cold, minimum 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then bake it at 400 degrees for about 25 minutes.
About 25 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yours is warmed up right
Oh,
in there.
look at you.
It's better warm. You
Okay,
really
I gotta
don't want
try.
it cold.
Yeah, you don't
so-
want it cold.
Yeah, so I warmed it up and put it in a blanket.
It's super good.
Thank you.
We're going to put the recipe on our website, k2.com. We'll be right back with more AM Northwest. So good. Mmm. Mmm.